Hey, how y'all doing today? Hope everybody's fine. Me, I'm okay. Big shout out. There you go. Big shout out. You already know. For those who know, for those who don't, for those who will, for those who won't. Here you go again. Okay, figure that one out. Get a whole view of it. There you go. For some of you, take a screenshot. Yeah, take a screenshot. That sucker right there. That is that is what we call the future. Hey, don't say I didn't get to Paris. I got to Paris. Okay. But anyway, we got a special treat for you today. I said I want to go ahead and get a message. Then I was like, the message. Okay. And then, so I said, well, let's take y'all to school. Let's take y'all all the way to school. Let's see where we at. Let's see where we at right now.
Why is it that the devil came after the woman?
You go back to Genesis chapter 2 and look at the 7th verse. Somebody have it?
Yes.
You read it?
Yes. It says, then the Lord God took some soil from the ground.
See, that's why I don't want to use that version of the Bible. Because here in Georgia, particularly in America, most people use the King James version of the Bible. A lot of demons have stepped in and started creating all these different versions, the Jehovah Witness version, the Seventh-day Adventist version, the New Standard, the Revised version, and all these versions is a diversion to take people away from the root meaning, because there's a Hebrew meaning, and it's bad enough that we got to use the English translation. Most of the people can't speak Hebrew and can't speak Arabic, and they can't finish or they're rich, real Hebrew, and they can't read. They already get in the congregation of poor translation because King James is not official, but most people have settled in America for the King James version of the Bible. So when you're trying to teach, you're forced to have to keep going back to that. Though it's not true. It's not a correct Bible, it's incorrect, and none of the Christian ministers won't get up and go be in the church and tell them, come back and tell them, listen, well, we're not going to use this no more. We're going to use it.
If you didn't get it this time, maybe you get it this If you didn't get it this time, maybe you get it the next time. The cream will always go to the top. If you didn't get it this time, you get it the next time. Maybe in your next life. Listen and learn with the Hey, how y'all doing today? We're in the next step to this whole what we're doing right now. We're getting ready to bring on what they would call the spark. And maybe tomorrow you'll figure it out. But today, in the now, right? That's where we're gonna be at. So anytime you click and say, well, damn, I want to get with the now. And I want to stay with the now. We used to call it the in crowd. Okay. We used to call it the in crowd. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this bigger. There you go. Hey, how y'all doing today? Yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about. Big shout out to my supporters, those who basically was there for me. Big shout out to BA, right? To BA, Bah, like in Bah. Yeah, Bah like in Bah, But big shout out to BA right now. And as we go, it gets more and more, right? Big shout out to where I've been in the Missouri state, state of mind in the Missouri, transitioning over to what they call the street. When you cross over from the state, right, you got the federal, you got the state, then you got the city, and these are all what we call colonizers, right? Like you got columns that hold up, well, they hold up a certain system of things that's been ongoing for a long time. And with this system they have what they call different, just say if this was a circle and this was a circle and the circle got together, okay? And the circle got together, right? And then it touched, okay? And it was friction, right? And boom. And this side was fighting this side, and this side was fighting this side, and this side hit with this side. Because as the main people, right? The main people, then they had offsprings, right? And then you got more people on this side. So what happened was the greater force, right? Right? Went like this. And now everybody got the extension as far as who they are. And this was called the League of Nations. That's the first time. The collective, with under that, then the people who scoped that and said, well, damn, this is a marvelous plan. Not knowing with evolution and the rules that we had as original who we be, right? And we ain't got to, that's nothing that you can share with somebody else. It's like if someone's 100, not in time, but in ethics and morals of what they taught, and they doing everything they can, they give them the illusion of 110, 120. I'm doing more than 100. I'm doing 120. Okay, that's cool. You're exerting yourself, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay, but this is the whole thing. The whole thing is like this. You came here to perform a deed, and it is programmed for you to do that, right? And you had different type of programs, just like you got this side and this side on this side. But remember talking about working together, and now everything is still turning, but as this turns, so it interlocks like a wheel. And I do have it. I have a lot of things. Next time I'll be more prepared to flash show you what's going on. But I want you to think about it in your head. It's like a wheel with rivets on it. And it's probably a better word. Sometimes you have to excuse me. Sometimes the words that I explain is the words that I have. And we will be talking about that too, because I got a nice big definitionary. And the word dictionary, right, is definition. Definition is death of a nation. Definition, 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 death of a nation, where they, when I say they, when it's really not they, because they, bay, L, that's us. Okay, what we saying? Now, the whole they, bay, L, that's us, the whole trickery, the whole strategy, the whole, if you black or if you white, if you say you black, if you say you white, you're playing a part of something, a color game. And in this color game, the white feels that they got a light, and then the black, as they say, always want more. And that's the way they move. Now they moving in cult. And so it's really no friction. Everybody just doing what they doing. Everybody doing it's like this. Everybody just doing what they doing. The wheel is turning. You know, sometimes it may turn this way. 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 Whatever. But it's working. But this is what we came to do. We came to tell you that's they stuff. You wanted to do it, and now you're stuck. When we was trying to tell you, right, in our metamorphosis coming in the environment of what they would call capitalistic and what is called United States or status or programs that has nothing to do with who we are. what we should be doing, our original purpose. And I go like this for the ear, so you can see that basically is one earring here. Okay, and that's the part we get into. And there's one earring here. And we're going to read about that down the line. Not part 1, not part 2. But when you're ready for that, you're going to know about that from the source. Something that was brought here and something that remains. And there's certain people that's in charge of keeping everything going. So this generation, I was happened to be available and doing what I do. Now the next thing, when I came here, and it was just like you, and I wanted to do it. And I said, why I can't do it? I grew up just like you. But the whole thing is, people ain't giving nothing. They putting it out there. They cannot trust you because that wasn't the time of the trusters. We say trusters. Trustees. Yeah. It wasn't written like that. That wasn't the game to be trusting nobody. That's what said trust no man. Because it would be a time when the true purpose of man was to be revealed. And his true purpose was said, right? And people took it, which was the introduction to the program that was already written out and ready to be given out, and was given out, but not in the orthodox way, not in the way where those who claim to be saved had access to it. They didn't have access to this. Because as those who took the position, right, when they were confronted by those who were taught, by those who were touched or made that connection through the etheric cord, they didn't want to listen. They should be like, nah. That was that pride, that ignorance, and that greed. You see? So those who got touched, right, and went through the school of pride, ignorance, and greed, and passed it or denied it because that wasn't our way of life. Pride, ignorance, and greed. Ignorance is ignoring the vibrations, which is called tones, that they call words. And the words, which I'm going to have to do it right now, because if I don't do it right now, I'm going to keep doing it a certain way. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to see for a minute, I'm going to see if we can get something on here. Oh, I got a lot. I'm going to have good gifts, you see? And I'm what we call not good, not bad, because it's all the same thing. If you got good and you got bad, it's on the same line. And when you cut it and define this and define that for the purpose of not going here, not going here, and becoming what they call lukewarm, right? The lukewarm is not the actually touching, right? It's actually a certain, what they call measurement. That's what they say about the light. When the light was kun fire kun being it is, and that was a very, 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 very kun fire kun being it is. That's it. Ain't nothing else to be said about that. Why? Why is nothing else to be said about kun fire kun be and it is? Because what the average person does is look at kun fire kun, and if they not lifted by kun fire kun, which is not the definition of what is written, but the tone that takes you, the real you, HU is you. YOU is you too, and the U is the you too. And each form of these, what they call spelling, because the spell is a spell. So you spelt that word good. You got 100, right? 100. Complete the program of graduating or the gradual process of that which you had no knowledge of, but was given unto, so you can expand, regardless of what the people say, which has been given to you. It's inside. Some people want to call it DNA, DEA, mitochondria, DNA, micro this, different words. Don't worry about that. Because the words is the sword. And that's what we was looking at. We was looking at to get you this here so we can go ahead and do this a whole nother different way. Because you need to see this, and you need to see it in a certain way. Because now it's time. It just past time and time. So when you become complete, remember I was talking about this side and that side and how it came and overlapped. And I have to really, and I just hate this part 1, part 2. But you know what? If I think about it, part 1, part 2, part 3, I think we're just gonna roll out. We're gonna roll out and do the 99. How about that? And we're gonna do it from right here, and then we're gonna do it in Paris. All right, we're gonna do Paris 1. This is Paris 1. Yeah, and then I guess wherever we go, right? Wherever I go and do what I do, and then we just gotta keep it up. I just gotta get the thing. See, this is multitasking, fantastic type of things to do everything you got to do. So don't feel bad if you're doing this and be like, damn, ain't nobody paying you no. It don't matter. It don't matter, because once you get your game tight, your game right, then you're gonna put it down, and guess what? You did what you came here to do. You don't change it up. Now the music, the tickets, the money, all that's gonna do is giving you a false reality. A false reality. Yes. You see? Because now you think you're doing something and you're really not. You see? You're just the middleman in the game on this the right side, this the left side, right side. Right. And that's the left side for me. And that's another trick too. You see? And we'll get into all of that. You know, too much. So right now, we're gonna cut this off. Yeah, we got 19 on it. That's cool. And always look at your numbers. Be aware of your numbers and your letters, your words, you know, and as we go along. So this the first. We did the first one that was Delwood Spark, and the Missouri tribal dances. Okay. So this is part of Missouri tribal dances, right? And the Missouri tribal dances is what this is part right here. So we're gonna get off of this right now. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit this when you get to where it's supposed to be at. Well, 19. If it's doing 19 or 1 or 2, 3, it don't make a difference. But we're gonna try and do it. There you go. We got 1904.